What do you mean? We lived in a fucking hotel. I haven't had it hard.
You haven't had it hard. You was doing nothing in that hotel. I was paying for everything.
But we were still in a hotel, bro.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine. If you are new here, if you're new to the channel, of course hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on so you never miss an episode. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. We promote marriage over here. We promote accountability over here. And I'm back with another review video. I hope you guys are enjoying these review style videos where I'm giving my real live first impression for the most part. Because I think sometimes a lot of these videos, it's hard to just clip them up. Like I want to really be able to have a conversation and when y'all hear my commentary on this and also give me feedback. Okay. So as I said, we promote marriage, we promote family, we promote love, education, just more positive things that we want to see in our community, specifically the Black community, right? And we know that women have found a way to demonize marriage, have found a way to make it seem as though it's no big deal, it's just a piece of paper, but will risk their entire life for a man, with no protection at all, nothing. Okay, so Kayla Nicole, who is Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, we've seen her. She was just grinding on Chris Brown a couple months ago. Remember that? She has a podcast. And her podcast is called The Pregame with Kayla Nicole, where she brings guests on, specifically her friends. I think they're pretty much females that she has on the show. From what I've seen. She sat down with one of her friends, Heather Sanders, who is an influencer. I saw her in the circle with the Kardashians when she first got into the LA scene. She said when she moved to LA when she was 19 years old to be with her boyfriend, who she's still with now. They've been together for 15 years. They sat down, she sat down and her boyfriend was with her in the studio and they started to talk about marriage. And we're going to discuss and get into this because I actually had one of my first like real viral videos was her and her partner making like a funny video about being together for like, at that time, I think it was 13 years, 3 businesses, 3 kids, 3 this, and it's like, but y'all not married. Y'all got 3 businesses, 3 kids, like 3 houses or whatever, but y'all not married. So that's something that I think for me personally, I feel like she's allowed her man to publicly embarrass her when it came to the topic of marriage. And I think this show is no different than what I've seen them not being fully aligned when it comes to the marriage conversation. So let's get right on into it. Okay.
First and last.
Here we go. This one's for you. Her man is sitting in studio. Typically I don't allow men within 500 feet of me, but we made an exception today because her long-term man. How long have y'all been together?
Too long.
You answer. 15. She said 15. Okay, you guys are on the same page. The first time you knew you were in love, and was it to him?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like the only guy that I've ever been in love with. That is real love.
When did you know that you were in love?
Probably when I moved out here. Because I had moved out here when I was 19 years old from Texas.
Yeah.
And I drove and I left my family. I have 4 sisters, mom, dad, whole family there. And we had been like talking for like a year and a half before I actually moved. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm actually kind of like in love with this guy for real. That was once. Mm-hmm. And then probably like when I had a baby, when you get pregnant, you're like, oh God, I don't know if you have ever been, but you're like, oh God, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to have this baby. When I got pregnant with his baby, I was like, this is no like question. It. No question.
So let's pause there. What she said insinuates that she has, from what I'm hearing, I could be wrong, that she's been pregnant before, because they had 3 kids. That she may have been pregnant before by someone else, like before she met him, obviously. And she was like, oh no, I don't want to have his baby. But she got pregnant with his baby. And she was like, oh yeah, I want to be with him because I really want to have his baby. we have to make this make sense. I will lay down with a man. He's good enough. And I'm not saying laying down and having sex is the same thing as having a child. But if you lay down, why was he good enough to sleep with in the first place? Why was he good enough? We got to start thinking about how we are so easy to open our legs. And again, she's at that time, she's talking to him. She said a year and a half. So you're talking about 18 years old or so. So we're already young, right? We're young and we're impressionable, and we're not being conscious, and a lot of us raised the right way when it comes to who we open our legs to, who we give our body to, because we're not thinking about that. We're not thinking of quality. We're raised to think about money. Can he take care of you? But no one's saying about what's his character like, how you should save your body till you're married. Just viewing your body as a temple, as a true, like, it's precious. So when you get to, again, be a certain age, 19, 20, 21 years old, and you having your first baby, you're like, oh yeah, this is my man. I like him. I want to be with him. Because this is what we're programmed to believe. We're programmed that this is what it is. This is what I know about if I want to be with him, if I have his baby. That's the game changer. But let's keep going.
Question, like, I'm ready.
That's beautiful.
And I was like, I really do love this guy. I'm going to have his baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to be connected to him for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
That was big for me.
Okay, and this is 15 years, you said? But you guys are not married.
No, we're not married.
What's the first time that you thought you wanted to be married, and then the first time you realized, I actually maybe don't need to be married? Maybe that's not a part of my story, and I don't need it.
Now more than ever, I'm like, maybe I don't need to be married, just because we haven't been for so long. And like, we've gone viral for like not being married, and like our clips and stuff, because we have a podcast together called Not Married. We talk about it. Everything that we have, we've like built together. And we've been together so long. We have kids, we have businesses.
Yeah.
And I feel like we just never had the time, and we just never took the time to like actually do it.
Now, I've heard a lot of things, and I'll share this with you guys. I remember wanting to be married sooner than we were married, my husband and I. But my husband was worried about, he was thinking more about the finances of the wedding. And he felt like until I really let him know, like, I don't need all of that, was like, okay, we can do this. He felt like if he had known, if he wasn't caught up in his head about aesthetic, a big wedding, this and that, he felt like he would have made the initiative to want to be married sooner, but he was, wanting to give me this dream wedding. Now, I've heard people say about the finances. I never heard someone say, I don't have the time to be married. We done created and baked 3 kids. 3. I think the oldest child is probably like 12. 12-year-old, I think it's like maybe a 9-year-old, and then there's a little girl. She might be probably like 3 or 4. So you had the time to have those kids, been raising those kids, building 3 businesses, because I think that's what they at least had before. Maybe they have more now, but starting businesses, new businesses, starting a podcast. Y'all have a podcast. You have time to sit down and create a podcast, multiple shows, but we don't have the time to go get married. We're not prioritizing marriage. She has 2 daughters and a son. He has a daughter. So they have 4 in total. He has 4 kids in total. They share, 3 together. This idea, I would rather her just say, I don't know what I would rather her just say, honestly, because I'm just like, we don't have time is BS. And this is the type of stuff that makes women follow a lifestyle, because they have a certain lifestyle. They're in certain spaces. They're doing couples goals, and they were like, we could do all that, and they'll never have to be married. That's what they'll idolize. That I'm going to risk my life, give this man 3 kids when he cannot make a decision for me. If something was to happen to me, God forbid, he can't make a decision for me because he ain't my husband. But we got all the time in the world to do everything else. So this time thing, we gotta just keep listening. Gotta keep listening.
Because we're always just chasing something else, whether it's business or just whatever, like buying a house, having kids, whatever. And we just never did it. But now I'm like, we actually have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not? Why are we not?
So she just said, more than ever now, I don't feel like we need to do it. Now, a minute later, she's saying, I do feel like we need to do it, which is what I think Kayla's about to say.
Oh, no, wait a minute. This just in. This is breaking news. Are you saying that you do want to be married?
Yeah, we do want to be married. I feel like we do want to be married. We just haven't prioritized.
Well, what the hell are you waiting for?
Exactly. What are you waiting?
Take it to the courthouse.
What are you waiting for?
We do live in LA now. We can go tonight. We can go after the show.
Yeah, we could go. We could go get married, but that's no fun.
So are you ready to do it? Yes, it is. That's the whole point. Because I get it. The party and the dress and you want all that. But really, let's get her to the courthouse. She said she'll marry you now. I don't know. You want to keep waiting? He said, let's go.
What did I tell y'all before? She said that's no fun. These women care more about being a bride than a wife. 15 years together, 3 kids. They care more about being a bride than a wife. And I like that Kayla is able to say this. Like, what are you waiting for? What are y'all doing? Yes, the party would be good, but solidify this thing. And you can tell that she was like, wait. Because I'm thinking like, y'all don't want to be married because y'all been sitting around like this. So I'm like, whoa, hold on. You want to be married now? You do want to be married? They're friends. So you can tell she ain't know what was going on.
He said, let's go.
So is there a timeline? Are we thinking? Can we give a projected?
I said by 2026, we need to be married. Like, we need to be married and something needs to pop. Because you know what? A lot of people brought it to my attention when we went viral recently. And they were like, if something happens to him, you won't be able to sign off on any like thing health-wise, if he dies, anything like
the legalities of marriage.
The legal stuff.
Yes.
And I started to think about that. And I'm like, if something happened to him and I couldn't make the final decision or I couldn't sign off on anything, I would feel
crazy.
Yes. And I've been with him this long. And I feel like I'm going to be with him forever. So it's just like, why not?
All right. Well,
just go ahead and do it.
Great.
But I want to do it the right way. And I want to do it how I want to do it.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? First of all, someone who has multiple businesses, multiple streams of income, signing contracts, you didn't know anything about the legal side of life and death, and that you didn't know, like, until the public brought it to your attention, you thought that you were good, but you're out here. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can run a business, but you don't even understand the basics of how life works when it comes to certain capacity. But I think that this is one of them things that we think is just it's all fun and games till it's not. Also, I want to do the what, and I want to do it my way and on my time. Like, what is the right way in your way? What is the right way is to do it the right way. From what I know, is God's way. Now we create our own right way, but God's way, what he ordained for us and what he wanted over us to give us protection and coverage, is have our marriage first and then have our babies. Now we don't all do it right. I didn't do it right the first time around. But at some point, when you start to do better, right? So for her to say, I want to do it my way and I want to do it the right way means I just want to have a wedding. I want to have a wedding because it's not about, again, the courthouse. We can go now. Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening.
But we definitely can elope and do the whole thing, go to the courthouse.
But whatever. You can do both.
Yeah.
I think that's a part of like tradition nowadays too. My parents did that, at least, or my mom and my stepdad, they eloped, you get married at the courthouse, and then you have your wedding at a later date when it's all planned out and financially you've got all the things secured. And that's the right way. It's whatever way you choose to do it. You know what I mean? You're making the rules.
Yeah.
No, the right way is not our way. The right way is how it's supposed to be. God first, husband, and then kids. That's the right way.
On your podcast today, Terrell, the AD was like, what getting married is like the greatest thing that you could ever give a woman.
Oh, wow.
Like you giving her your last name is like the most player shit that you could do.
Oh, and I respectfully disagree. The most player shit you could do is put an M in her bank account. I don't know.
Do y'all hear that? Did she just say that? Put an M in her bank account is bigger than making her your wife? That's why you can listen to these women. Giving her $1 million is the most player thing you can do over making her your wife, committing to her, bonding yourself to her. Are you? Did she just say?
Yeah.
Give her a kid. The last name though is cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, kid.
It's like that's a flex.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did she throw in giving her a kid is even? Y'all. She said giving her a kid. That's even. But giving her last name. That's cool. That's nice. Kayla, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. You were just on the marriage thing. Now, girl.
He was like, it's a flex. It's the most player thing you do. Anybody can have a kid.
But I think like generational wealth is the greatest thing that you could give a woman. Okay, introduce your man. Wait, so you guys don't know who's talking right now.
Okay, so this is Trell, aka King Trell, aka Trell Meeks to me. From Back on Big Podcast. Come on, plug.
Okay.
Talk to him.
That wasn't good. That wasn't better than her intro.
I know, she had a great intro.
Yeah, so I'm not nothing.
You're the man of the hour. Okay, so what's your perspective on marriage?
I love being the idea of the ceremony. I love it. I'm not too intrigued about the idea of signing paperwork and being legally bind for some unknown reason. I don't get that part. You know what I mean? People are calling it a business transaction. You know, some people are calling, they're more traditionally like from the Bible or God. That's what he's selling to do. But I don't understand why I got to go sign something. I've been with her for 15 years. We've been great together. Nothing wrong. I mean, we do have our little spats or whatever the case may be, but
as most relationships do. But she mentioned the legal side of things. So like if something were to happen to you, your children, you don't think that she deserves that protection in that regard? Playing devil's advocate.
I mean, if you get married, those things are a must. I mean, but we can sign a living trust and a will that will protect us from those same things. We don't actually need.
So what is it? What are the?
So it's very interesting to say we could just sign a living trust or a will if you want to protect your assets, because they have businesses together. So there's something that legally binds you guys together by your business, right? Depending upon what the contract says, right? But you can just get a prenup if you feel like I don't want to marry her because I don't want her to take all my money, but I still want to give that protection, and I want to ensure that we can solidify this and we can all have the same last name within our family. You could give prenups exist. Prenups are fine. But he said to me, and I don't understand why we got to do that. She just said the legal side of things, the protection, the commitment, the union, she's your wife. Showing up in that business meeting as this is my wife versus my girlfriend of 15 years, to me, is a whole different ballpark of how you are seen as a man, how you respect. I just think in certain spaces, men who are not married are looked at a certain way. Just like women who are not married, it's like, you ain't married? Like, so you single? You don't have a husband? Like they frame their faces up at you because you don't have no man, you don't have no husband, you don't have no wife. Like, it's like your respect goes down when you're not in a certain in the real world space, not the celebrity world. That's a whole demonic space. We're talking about the real world space of life. And what he talking now is just on some, what are you talking about, sir?
The negative connotations that you have for marriage. Like, what is it personally that you're afraid of? I'm sorry, that's not the right word. Forgive me, that's not the right word to use.
Yeah.
Afraid, I'm putting words in your mouth.
We actually just haven't got married. I don't know. We just have been busy life.
Yeah. You're not opposed to it.
No, I'm not opposed to it at all. I would say just COVID, a bunch of things that just ran into it. We haven't ran kids, COVID.
But she does have a really beautiful ring on her finger. So
I've asked her to marry me twice, by the way. Let's just get that out the way. I've asked her to marry me twice, by the way.
And did you say yes, Heather?
Yeah,
I feel like our last proposal was like our wedding. Yeah. It was so crazy. I was like, you know what? I don't even need anybody else to do this shit again. This is it. We married. But yeah, I don't know. Like, we just haven't been married. We just haven't made it a priority to plan. And right now, I'm putting it all on her back.
As most men do.
Now it's on me.
Yeah, because I asked her to marry me. Yeah. And then afterwards, women are supposed to plan the wedding, correct?
Agreed. Okay. I mean, I don't subscribe to gender norms. I don't subscribe to gender roles. I don't subscribe to gender roles, but yes.
She right here. The producer agreeing with me too.
Heather, if you want a wedding, you got to plan the wedding.
I know, but I'm like, do I want a fucking whole wedding? And how much money do I want to spend?
Then elope. Don't have a wedding.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to elope. Yeah. Take my photos, have my kids elope, do that. But I do want to have some type of celebration. So I'll probably just do the reception, like a big reception after. Because he has so many friends. And we just have so many friends together, too, that are like, y'all are the only people that are still together. Yeah. Like, you give us hope, whatever. Then I want to, like, you know, people have to experience the happiness.
The tradition of that. You do need to share that. I think I've been to a wedding this summer. It literally changed my perspective on love. It made me feel like, oh, I want to love again. Witnessing things like that. And especially in the Black community.
Y'all, they both, either he just followed along with what she said, or they went in there together knowing we're going to say this. Because this whole COVID, the kids, now I'm putting it on her. He's first off say he didn't. So he wants to just have a ceremony from what we heard. He's waiting for her to plan the ceremony. She wants to be legally bonded for protection. He doesn't. They work. They go together perfectly. Like, I see why they're together for 50 years, because whichever way the waves are rocking, they're both rocking, and we'll just rock out and go nowhere together. Like, in the grand scheme of things, because what in the entire this conversation, that was a lot of what to take it off of me. He probably like, why you asked me this question? Yeah. She's talked before. They were both on Paul Pierce podcast before, and they were talking about like how he was like I don't know, it's weird, like the stuff that she laughs at, and I guess people are like, this is their own, like, I guess your own, like when you know your person is cool, but the stuff that she like laughs at, where he was like, I'm not no gentleman, I don't open no doors, I don't do stuff like that, and I'm just like, you're like giggling and laughing. I'm like, this is, I guess if you like it, I love it, that's your thing, you think, but I'm like, this is low-key a little embarrassing. That then she's like, yeah, he be calling me a B and stuff, and they just be like, what? Why is that cute and lovey? But it's weird to me. But hey, to each his own.
In today's day and age, people need to see that shit.
Yeah. So help her plan the wedding. We need to go to
more weddings and less baby showers. I'm just saying.
Can you help her plan it? Because she's putting everything on my back.
She don't need help planning nothing. She has a whole event planning company. She don't need help. Y'all need to stop playing.
We do need to stop playing.
Seriously, do it. I can't wait to come to the wedding.
Because it's like...
I told her to plan it.
I'm like, do you know how many people are going to be at our wedding, sir? It's going to be at least a 300 people wedding. If expensive. We're going to invite all... It's going to be expensive. Yeah. And I just want him to know that. When $100,000, because that's what it's going to be, a regular birthday party that's like nice.
You don't need to spend $100,000. See, this is where we stop at already.
Bro,
300 people and $100,000. And I'm like, how do you even know that? You haven't budgeted anything.
I'm just gauging that it's going to be at least $80K to like $100K.
Therapist Kayla, let me interject, please. I'm the mediator here, and what I'm saying is that you guys need to just elope, go to the courthouse, handle the legality of the situation. That's what matters most to me.
Just handle the legality.
Yeah, be married, get the paperwork, let your children see that mom and dad are married.
Yes.
Create that foundation, that expectation amongst your children, amongst your bloodline. Cool.
Yeah.
And then have the party or the wedding or however you want to frame it. The what is it called?
Reception.
The reception. When you choose to have it.
Yeah.
And figure out those numbers and all that later. But get to the courthouse.
We need to, because
make an honest woman of my friend.
No, I'm getting outnumbered here. It's 3 girls, 3 women in here.
Like,
she needs to plan this wedding.
Any other guy would be like pressing
Yeah.
to get married. You know what I mean?
No, he's
Hell
not.
no, Heather, and you know that's
Talking
not
about-
true. These niggas is running from the altar. Are they? Hell yeah.
No, that was that. I think Kayla at the end of what I shared, she's right. Hinder legalities. I'm not trying to hear all that money stuff and all the blah blah blah. But I think for him, he's not trying to elope. He's not trying to do anything legally where she is. So they're going to constantly, that's why they're probably not married. This is the reason why they're not married, because she wants the paperwork, he doesn't. She ain't going nowhere. They're not, I don't encourage them to break up. They got 3 kids together. Hey, you might as well rock out. Hey, as Kayla said, you want to do this to set an example for your child. Set an example for what he should know what the foundation is, and like, you know, understand marriage. Because they've been together since before they both had like money. They've been building together. So you would think that you're not coming in with somebody who's just money hungry, trying to take your money. And that's something that can't still happen with somebody that you grew up with and came up with. But it's less likely to happen when we see the people who Black love that does exist when they were young. The Allen Iverson's been with his wife for a long time. LeBron James, like people who have started together. And now they're here. But what do I know? I'm just a married woman trying to build a strong foundation, beautiful kids, loving of God, and just trying to help my community. That's all. That's it. That's all. Okay. But let me know your thoughts on this topic in the comments. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this style of the video as well. As always, drop it in the comments. Let me know, like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next episode soon. Bye.